What's up, guys? Good morning. Hope your weekend's going great. I'm back on here to do another reading for you. Let's get started. First card is Cultivation. Cultivation. I'm using my Ganesha deck today. As you see, Ganesha is having fun playing with life. You have the rat looking up at Ganesha. The rat symbolizes the ego, guys. So as you cultivate yourself, you will reach higher levels of understanding, and these higher levels of understanding will bring you to a place where your ego won't have much dominion over you. As you can see, like I said, the rat is down below looking up, almost in awe of what it sees. And that's where we need to keep our ego. Hey, Mulan. We need to keep our ego at the place of the lower realms. We need to be at a higher realm where we can see our ego from a perspective of understanding, not see it as a threat. A lot of us see our ego as a threat. So by looking at our ego as a threat, we are choosing to make our ego more powerful. Our ego is just simply a little mouse playing its tricks on us, stealing our cheese, trying to get into our head, trying to get us off track. And you need to just treat your ego as a tool, not as your master. Our ego is very important. Without our ego, when people call me Jose, I wouldn't look over and say, yeah. So our ego is very important. It's our mask, our temporary mask in this realm. So let's not hate our ego. A lot of people talk badly of their ego, say they want to kill their ego, that egos are no good. From my perspective, though, Creator wouldn't have given us something that wasn't good for us. It gave us an ego, an identity for a reason. It wanted us to play as this player, as this mask, until this mask is no longer needed, this body. So cultivate. Instead of getting caught up in whether or not you're listening to your ego or whether you're listening to your higher self, learn to cultivate actions and habits that are going to keep you in alignment. Whether it's meditating every day, listening to kirtans or devotional music, doing affirmations, doing mantras, having crystals around you are great, because crystals have been around for God knows how long. So each crystal has a energetic signature to it that has been around for a very long time, and you can use these energetic signatures to your advantage. What else? You can also go out in nature. Nature is great. It brings in revelation. It tunes you to your natural state. All these things are going to cultivate a normal way of living within you, that from that place it's a lot easier to deal with what life throws at you. You'll be more in the flow. When everybody's freaking out about something, you'll be the one that's calm, composed, ready to go, ready with a whole bunch of insights, intuitions that your higher self is giving you. So it's very important to stay cultivated, stay rooted in your higher power. Hey Keisha, hey Lynn, good morning. Yes, please share this out, guys, if it speaks to you. Second reading is generosity. Generosity. Once again, you have the ego, which is symbolized by the rat, in this one as well. And as you can see, like I was saying, Ganesha is giving the rat or the ego something. It's giving it love. It's giving it some value. We must give our ego value. We can't be always fighting the very thing that is us, that is a part of us. It might seem like it's nasty at times, but it's only nasty because, like a child that has been spoiled, we have been spoiling our ego. We have been giving it too much attention. Every time that egoic commentating voice comes up in our mind, we immediately identify with it. We try to give it everything it wants. If it tells us to yell at somebody, we yell at somebody. If it tells us to not speak our mind, we don't speak our mind. And all these things build up these stale energies within us, which is why a lot of people suffer from very intense awakening periods, very hard dark night of the souls, because they have so much trauma saved up. And it's time to not only release the trauma, but also understand that the trauma is making you the best version of you that you can be. Without the trauma, you wouldn't have breadcrumbs leading you back to your higher self. So it's very beneficial for you to dive into your traumas, to try to see why you were thinking the things you were thinking when those things happened in your life. I know for me, when I was younger, I used to get picked on a lot, and most common people would say, you know, it's the bully's fault, why would they pick on me, blah blah blah, which I did for a long time. But then I'm coming to the realization that people only pick on people that look pickable. I know that's not proper English, but let me explain. If I'm wearing this energy of very vulnerable, very confused, very unconnected, other people, vampires, energetic vampires, will pick up on this energy, and they will attach themselves to people like me, like leeches. So I can't get so caught up in trying to get rid of those people, because I feel like those people are there for a reason. Instead, if I learn to let go of the things that are attracting those people to me, by realizing my worth, by realizing that somewhere down the line I got convinced that I wasn't worthy enough, that I wasn't my perfect self, which caused the mess of bullies being attracted to me. By me realizing that I am who I am, that I am made in the image of the Father, the Creator, then when those bullies come, I'm just going to look at them like, what are you doing here, man? Like, I got this. Just go away. And they will, because they'll understand the difference in the energy. They'll see that they can't mess with somebody that's whole, that's intact. So it's all about inner work. That was just a quick example, but be generous with yourself. Be generous with your ego. Be generous when you make a mistake. When you fall hard and you're quick to criticize yourself, when that critical voice comes up, switch it with love. Nurture yourself. Play the motherly role, the feminine aspect of yourself. Tell yourself it's going to be okay, all is well. Things happen. People make mistakes. It's okay, though. You will get through this just like everyone else has gotten through all their hardships. You'll get through this as well. So be generous with yourself. Give yourself love. Self-love will heal all the traumas in your life. It will make you feel more in tune with yourself. You'll have more abilities at your disposal than when you're feeling down and out, when you're playing the victim, when you're wishing things to be different. That's just going to make you feel like you don't want to be here no more. And we all know where that can go. We don't want that. So, and perfect card, empowerment. Very powerful card. Like I said with the first two cards, when you cultivate yourself, when you learn what is going to make you stronger, when you do the things that are going to bring you a sense of being grounded, and when you are generous with yourself, with others, when you show yourself self-love first, and then you radiate it out for the world, you become empowered, you become like the sun, you shine, you give off a certain vibe where you could just sit there peacefully like Ganesha is, yet you have so much power. You just radiate this energy, this sense of well-being, that people will come up to you and say, wow, like, I don't know what it is about you, but just sitting next to you, I feel more at peace with myself. This is what all the spiritual masters had at their disposal. This is what made them so powerful. The Buddhists call this the transmission. It's when your heart, your being is so open, your channel is so pure, so alive, that you're like a waterfall of love energy, and people feel it. You don't even have to talk. True spiritual masters will tell you that speech will confuse more than it does good, because the real teaching is the silence. The problem is when you tell people to sit in their silence, they might not know what you're talking about, so then you have to use words. But once you catch what they mean by silence is golden, once you understand that by listening to silence, you are listening to God, then it's like an infinite battery being charged in an outlet. You'll be forever being charged. You'll be forever feeling empowered, and you'll be at peace at the same time. It's like a paradox. You feel so empty, yet you feel so whole. Last card, insight. Insight. This one has to do with the third eye. So the third eye, as you guys know, is, a lot of people call that the seat of the soul. It is the point before non-duality. We see everything in twos in this world. If you really sit down and think about it, everything is in twos. Everything has to have a pair. Man, women, light, day, good, dark, good, evil. Everything has to have a pair. And the reason behind this is because the Creator in all its glory, because it's just one Creator, it couldn't experience itself if it just stayed as one thing. So the only way that the Creator could experience himself was to create a myriad of opposites, a myriad of options, of definitions, of chances, and that's what we are. We are playing that role for the Creator. We are the polarities that the Creator uses to experience himself or herself. So that's why the yin and the yang is so important. That's why we have two eyes, two hands, 2 feet. Everything has to be in twos, because it gives us a range to exist. Without a range, without a bandwidth, if you didn't have a range in your radio, you wouldn't be able to switch from station to station. Just like if God didn't have a range of different beings, different ways of seeing the world, he couldn't switch from different perspectives to different perspectives. And this is what gives God the foresight, the wisdom to be all-knowing. Is he's basically playing the role of all of us right now, but in a way where we don't remember that we are who he is, and we don't just see the bigger picture. So awakening is simply seeing the bigger picture, seeing that we are all one, seeing that we all have one insight, that we all have one will, we all have one way, not my will, but thy will be done. And we are all one. I am that I am. The more we sit with this wisdom that has been passed down through all generations, through all spiritual texts, the more in tune everything in our life will become. Everything will be sacred. Everything will be a blessing. Even the hardships, the struggles will have a certain excitement to them, because we'll understand. It's like when we play a video game. Yeah, the level might be hard, but we know that at the end of the level we have a more fun level to do, and we have the chance of being happy that we beat the level. Life is the same way. We need to keep graduating from levels of consciousness, and the higher levels of consciousness we reach, the more understandings we will gain, the more interesting experiences we will have, and the more blessed we will feel. So much love, guys. Thank you for all the love. I'm glad you guys are all here. I really enjoy doing these for you. So if you guys enjoyed the reading, please like, comment, or share, and I will be back tomorrow. Much love. Namaste. Peace.